Hi folks, it's Don Franceschi with today's 2-minute speaking tip. And the tip for today is gestures are handy. Yeah, I know that the gestures didn't make sense. It was overly dramatic and it was a bad pun too. Strike three, I'm out. I love bad puns. Yes, being serious for a second, gestures are handy. When you use gestures, it can either add to or detract from your presentation, just as everything else that you do on stage can either add to or detract from your presentation. However, when it comes to gestures, I think people tend to overthink it quite a bit. So rather than give a list of do's and don'ts regarding gestures, which is what I was going to do, I stepped back and thought, well, maybe it'd be more effective to discuss a general philosophy regarding gestures. And that general philosophy actually involves a couple of the prior speaking tips that I've already given. And that general philosophy is be authentic and think conversation, not presentation. Do you remember those prior tips? When you're being authentic, you're being yourself, you're being real on stage. And when you think conversation, not presentation, as if you're having an individual conversation with various members of your audience, then guess what? Your gestures tend to flow naturally. They're not fake, they're not artificial. Just as if when someone walks up to you that you hadn't seen for a long time and you're having a conversation with them, your gestures flow naturally then too. You don't overthink it. So gestures are handy, but as long as you remember the philosophy about being authentic and thinking conversation, not presentation.